Evening, everybody. It is 6:10 on this Monday afternoon, the 11th of December, and this is your closing comment video number 2005. Okay, China had a bunch of numbers overnight. They all came in incredibly poorly, and that market was lower. A lot of the Chinese stocks here were lower. Um, and as you may or may not know, I don't follow them anyway, other than to just comment on them in general. I think there's too much political and geopolitical risk to be involved with them at all. Macy's, I mentioned this morning. Macy's received a buyout bid of about 21 billion. Um, which pardon me, $21 a share. That's about 12 billion, I guess. And the stock was up this morning at 2020. In fact, it traded above that bid, up at 21.24 before closing at 20.73, up 334, or a little over 19.25%. The big news there is the fact that Macy's, besides owning some decent brands, they own obviously Macy's, they own Bloomingdale's, they have other brands and other outlets, obviously internet, etc. Um, they also own a great many of the properties on which their stores are located. And I heard one person talking about it today saying that they thought that the real estate alone was worth $21 a share. So I'm going to guess that's either going to garner more attraction and having other people look at it, or the private equity group that's interested will have to raise their bid. Okay, most of the market sectors were mixed. A lot of the ETFs were up or down, literally pennies. The ones, though, that were strong today were obviously retail was strong, defense was strong, and the very defensive food supply chain sector was strong. On the weak side, we had the airline and cruise lines, the pot market, uh, the metals, and crypto was especially weak, with Bitcoin being down 8.6% and Ethereum down 7.4. So those are big numbers. After the close, Oracle reported it was a disappointment. The stock had closed at 115.13, up $1.52 on the headline, which was a beat on profits. The stock hit 116.32, and then on the entire uh, report and I guess the conference call, the stock sank down to 103.82. The last on it right now is 106.50. That's down 73 cents or 6.4%. There was a lot of talk about Paramount, also Paramount Global, over the weekend. We started with the fact that there was a conversation that Shari Redstone was going to be selling her stake, her control stake in National Amusements. That took the stock, which has been up from $12 or $13 in the past couple of weeks, took the stock up as high as 17 and a half, and then Luke Capital came out with a downgrade on it from hold to sell. They think that the networks are a diminishing asset. Won't be worth what people think they are the longer that this goes without a deal. They already did a sale and leaseback on the piece of property that they own in California where the Paramount lot is located, and that one is 1624. That's down 61 cents or 3.6% after having that nice move up. As far as companies that have been in the news of late, AVGO, which is Broadcom, they had earnings last week and the stock traded as low as 889. Today closed 1,029.20, and that's up 84.90. So that one's moved from 890 to 1,029 from Thursday night to today. As far as the futures markets go, the crude was basically unchanged. Nat gas, though, was down another 15 cents. Gold was down $20. That's still working off that major move. As I mentioned in the crypto, Bitcoin 41,035. That's down 3,875. The dollar was up a meager 8 cents, and bonds were unchanged. But the bonds had two auctions today. And in order to get those auctions done, bonds actually had to spike to the upside in yield. That's down in price for them to get those auctions done successfully. Rick Santilli gave them one of them a B minus and one of them a C minus. The C minus, I believe, was in the longer term auction. Tonight, these things are just opening up again. The bonds are still unchanged. Bitcoin bouncing back 300. The dollar remains not open yet. And stock futures are basically unchanged again, up a couple of dollars, down a couple of dollars. Tomorrow, we have more news. I know I tried to make sure that everybody was going to see an economic calendar because it was not available last night when I put out the letter. But tomorrow morning, we have NFIB, Small Business Optimism Index. That's at 6 o'clock. The big numbers are CPI and core CPI, which come at 8:30, and the Treasury budget, which comes at uh, not until 2 o'clock. There's an awful lot of stuff this week. We have FOMC. On Wednesday, we also have the PPI and core PPI, and of course, the FOMC rate decision and the press conference. So I'll be back first thing in the morning. Hope everyone had a decent day.